is the Big O Show. This 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 is the Big O Show. This
There's just one place to get our lowest payment on the new 2025 Acura RDX, $399 a month. It's the Season of Performance event at Acura of Pembroke Pines, #1 in the USA.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management. For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge, Total Landscape Solutions.
There's just one place to get our lowest payment on the new 2024 Acura ZDX, $299 a month. It's the Season of Performance event at Acura of Pembroke Pines, #1 in the USA.
Oh, I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welt & Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Walton Rayom can help. After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
The lost city of Atlantis reveals its secrets at Toyota of Hollywood. Get legendary deals on over 2,000 Toyotas, like a 2024 Corolla, not $24,000, $20,988. Unlock the wonders of 0% financing for 5 full years, 0 down. Rediscover Atlantis at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
the way it is. Podcasts are all dressed up. Now it might be good. Oh, really? It was mute, unmute? Okay. All right. Now we have no audio? Okay, hold on.
It was going on and off of mute, but now it stopped that. So I want to know if we are good.
Okay, now we're good? Okay.
Oh, there it is.
Okay. All right. So anyway, so I was just saying that like a lot of people, oh, it's a podcast. No butt wipe. We're a live YouTube show and then we podcast it. And this is why I like live. You know what I mean? You're gonna get it raw, the way we said it, the way we did it, the mistakes that are made, the good moments, the bad moments, you get it raw. And that's just the way it goes. That's the way I like it. That's the way I've done my entire life. I've been on radio live for 30 years. So these 4.5 years of doing this, I'm going to do it the same way. I'm going to be live. I like it that way. It's a better way to connect with people when you're live. But anyway, we are live at Toyota of Hollywood. Herbie Lopez and the great people out here, of course, hosting us. Got to tell you, this Camry in front of us is just absolutely nasty. Charcoal gray with the black rims, a sports package, really nice. So anyway, we are out here at 1841 North State Road 7, right on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan, right off of El Tonpiqui. So if you got the turnpike right there, you got 95 down the street, we got it all over. You can get here really easy right off of 595, just south of the 595 exit. So it's a beautiful thing. So come on out and join us. We'll be out here for a couple of hours. And we are celebrating the holiday season here. And they've got it all dressed up like they always do out here at Toyota of Hollywood, which is a beautiful thing. We got the great Sean Stanley.
Santa's running around somewhere. There's Santa here.
Santa? Okay. I see some elves, too. Really good-looking elves hanging out around here. Just saying. And I'm just, calling it like I see it. Some really good looking elves. Santa didn't have elves like that because if he did, Mrs. Claus would be jealous. That's all I could say. But hey, you can come on out here to Toyota of Hollywood and check it out for yourself. Anyway, we got some stuff to talk about here on the show as always. Appreciate all of you out there for tuning in. And don't forget to smash the hell out of the like button. Please, please, please smash that like button. Victory Cigar, Sean Stanley last night in a shootout. The Florida Panthers got it done. Oh, man, that was late against the Seattle Kraken after watching a little Alan Parsons. Give us that cigar. So congratulations to them. Oh, and congratulations to Jake Berger. Victory cigar for Jake Berger because he gets traded out of here and he doesn't have to play for that crap organization called the Miami Marlins, who are too cheap and too incompetent to actually field a good and winning product that cares about trying to win a championship. Garbage owner, garbage franchise. Congratulations to Jake Berger. He gets the hell out of town. Good for him, dude. Nice job. And karma, baby. That's right. You strive to suck. You strive to be one of the worst. You had, I believe, you were tied for the second best chance to get the number 1 pick in the draft. And you end up with the 7th pick. That's called karma, bitch. Give him that cigar. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, man. Doesn't really matter anyway. What are you doing? Drafting somebody to develop them for the rest of the league anyway. What are we doing here? Who cares? Garbage team. some guy on Twitter yesterday was like, well, now it's real that they're not really comparing. It's like, really, dude? What have you been watching for years? You've been watching, dude. What the hell's wrong with you? Give me a break. Captain Saki in Tarpon Springs. He says, back from mosquito and alligator-infested waters of Florida Everglades just in time for the show today. That just sounds nasty. Yeah, no, it probably sounds like a great time. But wait a minute, it's not snowing or anything, you know? You're going to be really hot out there, bro. You're going to sweat like a whore in church. You know that, right?
I think there's a cold front coming in if Julie Durda is correct.
Oh,
it's going to get down in the 70s, man. Bundle up, people. Bundle up.
70s would put you in
break out those fur coats.
You'll be sweating like a monster if it's only 70. Dougie Fresh is back from a no holds barred cage match against Chuck Norris just in time for the show today. Brooklyn Rob says, good morning, Big O and Master Stanley. Long live the greatness of Nico McBrain up the irons. And he retired from touring. Unfortunately, after having the stroke, he could not regain his full talents to be able to do what he wanted to do. So they added the British Lion drummer. And he is now, well, it's Steve Harris's band. Pretty much, he's the boss. His side act is British Lion on the side for many years. So that drummer's more than tested. Only makes sense. Kyle Cockrell, Jay Gelfin is in the house. One-Eyed Jack, NorCal. Have you ever heard of the band Beartooth? Their 2023 album, The Surface, pretty good. I will check it out, NorCal. Oscar Rojas is smashing it. Thank you. Barry Schaumben is in Vegas. Ray Sosa. Better late than never to trade Jimmy, even if you won't be getting the same. You know what's going on here, right? Let's break this down for you on what's really going on with the divorce of the Miami Heat and Jimmy Butler, because what you just saw over the last couple of days with Shams Charania reporting that Jimmy Butler and the Heat would be interested in moving him, what you did there was basically the husband or the wife going to their spouse and saying, listen, it's been a great run. We've had a terrific relationship, but I just don't feel I'm in love with you anymore, and I want a divorce. Now, it hasn't gotten to the rage of hate, I want a divorce type, but it's gotten to the point where it's kind of a, hey, this is it. I want out. I'm not happy. Not really like, the most comfortable situation, but basically the spouse has said, I want a divorce. And so here's what's going on now. Jimmy Butler has just forced the hand of the Miami Heat is what he's done, because he's basically already said he's going to opt out. So he cut the Heat's their knees from under them, because whoever you're going to trade him to, you're only going to trade him as a rent-a-player for a couple of months, because he's already forewarned wherever he's going, I'm not staying there for long. I will opt out and then decide where I want to go. Okay? Then Shams put out the teams, which the Heat doesn't do that stuff. That comes all from the agent, because the Heat is not going to put out a story and put out the teams they're talking to. We're talking about the Heat, who doesn't talk about this stuff. So this is all Butler and his agent created. They have publicly now stated they want a divorce. And then Spo handled it the way they normally handle it. They wanted to push it aside and use the whole Tyler thing for the last 3 years. Oh, he's been in rumors, and look, he's still here. Okay? So in the end, the Heat is trying to get back some leverage in all of this, but they're going to fail, because if Butler wants to opt out, then he opts out, and you can't get much for him. It is what it is. You should have traded him 2 years ago. But if you're a Heat fan, this is the way I'm thinking. Thank God. Thank God. You mean you're not going to be stuck with him for another year? That's fantastic. You mean $4 million or whatever the number is, whatever I'm off by, more or less by a couple million. So you're going to tell me next year 54 million, 50, 60 million is off the books? Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. And if you can only trade him at the deadline for a little bit, for one pick or something, then whatever, dude. I don't care. You screwed up. And this is in hindsight on this show. See, no writer in town. No, I'm pretty sure no radio host in town. No one in the media had the balls that I have, because mostly nobody in the media has my balls, to say trade Butler 2 years ago. So I'm on the mountain alone, which, you know, I'm used to being on that mountain all by myself. But hey, this is the way I look at it. Since I'm not talking from hindsight. I warned everybody. I told you. And hey, you want to do whatever you want to do, you go ahead. It's worked for you for 25 years. You don't realize that the way you go about business doesn't work anymore, but that's all right. Whatever. That's fine. I'm glad this comes to an end. One way or the other. The Heat either trade him at the deadline or he plays to the end of the year and he's gone. And guess what happens now, Sean Stanley? Guess what happened when he served divorce papers? When Shams Charania served the divorce papers. Guess what he also did? He also told the Heat, oh, by the way, I'm preserving myself from here on out to the end of the season. Since I'm going to be a free agent, I'm going to make sure I'm going to be as healthy as possible for whoever is my next team, because I have moved on. I need to go find a new woman. You're not good enough anymore for me. I need to go find a new man. You don't serve your purpose anymore. That's what the spouse has said here. Man or woman, however you want to look at it. I don't care. So Jimmy Butler now has gone into protective mode. He will now protect himself from here to the end of the season. He will not sacrifice. So, you know, Pat Riley said, oh, you got to play set. And they already came to a head here on the Jimmy Butler side. Yeah, we're not playing that. And he's already missed some games. He's already missed 25% of the games that have been played. Yeah, you have been told already now. This has just all been laid out now. This is a divorce that will happen by this trade deadline, or it will happen after game 82 and whatever level of sorriness and playoffs they actually sneak into, because this is not a good team. You know, oh, we've played, you know, we've had a good week. We've won 3 in a row. Like, you know, give me a break, dude. This is a long season. And you're not a good team overall. I'll look at the 20-something games you've played, not the 3 games you've played. Okay? You know, I mean, this is all, it's all a word salad that's going on. But I'm here to kind of read through the BS and tell you exactly what's going on. Jimmy Butler served divorce papers. Shams Charania was the guy that was working for the law office to go serve the divorce papers. He found Pat Riley at a restaurant, and he said, Mr. Riley, oh, yes, here, these are for you. Divorce papers have been served. The lawyers for the spouse have told you, yeah, no, we're out of here, and we're going to move to our sister's house in Houston, our brother's house in Dallas, or we'll go to our cousin's house in San Francisco, but I'm leaving you. That's it. So now, if you expected all-out Butler You're not getting it anymore. All Out Butler has decided to opt out of 50. You looked it up, didn't you? 52, you bastard. I knew you're so good. Butler has opted out of 52 million. So if you're going to opt out of 52 million, you need to guarantee you're healthy to collect that year and another year and another year that you want to sucker somebody else from. I don't know who, but you're going to try to do that because you're going to get way more than 52 million for 3 years. Mathematics, even if he can't play it. And so now he'll keep everybody in the dark about playoff champ. Oh, no, he's just pacing himself again. He's just, no. Oh, no, that was flukish last year that he got injured. Yeah, no, Jimmy, no, we're ready to play for you, team, whatever. We're just, saving ourselves now. Where he's moving the con job from Miami to wherever he goes. Because he can't expose himself now. If he goes all out, like I've been telling you now for the last year and a half or two, if he goes all out, his body will break down. And then nobody will give him money. So now the gamble is, okay, I'll pace myself. I can do that. I know how to take days off. I know how to go to Art Basel or a tennis tournament and not go to games. So I'm an expert at that. I know how to go find coffee beans and ride horses and not go to games. I can do that for a few more games on these guys. This is exactly what has happened and what will develop, what will happen. This is what the crystal ball tells me. Okay? It is over. Divorce papers have been served. Jimmy has decided what he's going to do, and the plan is moving forward, and he's going to be with somebody in the next couple of weeks or next year. One of the two. I don't know what it is. By the deadline in, February? What is it, March?
June 29th,
No,
2025
no,
is the player option deadline.
The trading deadline.
Oh, the trading deadline. I don't know.
It's like in March.
No, because
February.
I wanted to ask you a question too, but
no, go ahead.
Because if he's got the option deadline till June 29th, 2025,
right?
He doesn't get the money that he thinks he's going to get. He just opts back in with the Heat, right? He gets 52 million?
No, he can't. No, because that window is right before the moratorium, and so then he gets into the moratorium, and then he'll find out his. Like I told you, he'll get a multi-year deal for more than 52 million, so he'll get more money long term. He may not get 55 million next year from somebody. He might get 35 million from somebody, but he might get 35, and 20. 90. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's trying to sucker.
No, I know that's what he's trying to do, but if it doesn't happen, he could just option back in with the Heat, right?
No. He's going to opt out.
Okay.
In order,
no matter what,
he has to opt out in order to test free agency because he would be tampering himself by.
You're right.
You can't do that.
I forgot about the.
You understand?
Yeah.
So he has to opt out.
So we'll know before that June 29th.
Oh my God! Yes.
Disregard what I said for 5 minutes.
Shams already got the message from his agent. Shams gave you the
I know
message
the way that
from
works.
his agent.
Just give
hey,
the agent
guys, if you want to trade us now, we're accommodated. Move us to Houston, Dallas, or San Francisco. We're good. We'll go to Golden State. We're good. We'll go to Houston. We'll go to Dallas. We're good. But hey, we plan on opting out and we plan on testing free agency. And by the way, just so if you do trade me to somewhere else, you guys know now I'm opting out. He told you everything he's going to do. That's it. Everything. He can deny it. They can dodge it. They can try to, whatever, circumvent it, all that. They can, whatever. The plan has been placed. I'm telling you exactly what the plan is. I'm telling you exactly how Jimmy Butler will handle the rest of the season. If there's just a little tweak in his body. Oh, yeah. Nah, I don't want to play. That's exactly what has happened. So Miami has to make some kind of a move by the deadline if they can. And they're going to have to trade him with the thought that they're only getting a rent a player. So trade him somewhere where he's not going to sign long term. But if you trade him somewhere where he's going to sign long term and you didn't get his value, then and he resigns, then you didn't maximize that trade. So don't be the nicest spouse in the world in divorce proceedings, is my point, because you have lost everything now. He's got all the leverage, and you've got very little to none. And they're trying to grab some, and it's not going to happen. Let's see. What else do we have? Luis Medina, hear me out. Still down 110 pounds. Nice. No bread, no rice, no processed foods. Oatmeal once or twice a day. All beef, pork, chicken, turkey, fish, and vegetables. All you could eat. There you go. Way to go, Luis. Congratulations. And keeping it off is the hard part, man. Losing it is amazing on your part, and then keeping it off is the hardest, because I'm there with you, bro. So stay with it. Alexis Palenzuela, Steven Gonzalez. Yes, Marlins got the 7th pick. Skylar Tipton, John Padilla checking in from Cali. Luke, Gus 1388, Miko Rod. What exactly is crypto? Well, my brother, why don't you do homework and find out for yourself? You know what I mean? A lot of stupid people out there, misinformed people, and people that are misinforming you. And it's sad, but go do your homework. That's the other problem in this world. A lot of people aren't willing to put in the work and to actually really find out what is going on. Instead, let me go listen to some misinformed CBS host. D. Last says, Hero is the most entertaining player to watch on this team. They should keep him. Yeah, up until the deadline and then trade him. Aaron Jackson, been waiting all day for this. Thank you, Aaron. That's very kind of you. Very kind. Robert T. Sam the Man, they are not trading Hero. They're not? Okay. Yeah. Just like they didn't trade Butler. You know, that was such a great move 2 years ago. Simon in, thank you for helping us out there. And Caesar, thank you when we were having audio issues. Very nice of you. Zachary Gibbons, I don't know sign language. I know O language. So you just like got to read my face. Jake from Palatown says McDaniel saw no audio coming like he saw an overtime Jonnu TD Sunday. He saw it, bro. Brian Ratke is in the house helping us out. Chris Duquette, Assis, Pat in Asheville. True Fin fan, due to the lack of competition today, I formally announced my retirement as the greatest undisputed kind of farts. I now shall fill my competitive nature with golf. You're going from farting to golf. Okay. All right. Steven Ross sold 10% of the team. He should buy Bitcoin with it. Yeah, his daughter should buy Bitcoin. He doesn't need Bitcoin. I'm sorry. He's in his 80s, bro. I mean, you know, his daughter is the one that needs to buy the Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He's not lacking cash. Cash flow is not a problem for that guy. You know, just being honest there. Let's see what else. I would rather play him to the end of the year to see how far we can go, but whether trade deadline or not, he is gone. Okay, Zachary, I just told you he's going to do what's best for him and his body, and he's not going to lay it all out for you. I don't believe he's going to be that guy. You guys keep hanging on to that whole thing that happened in the last couple of years, and that's Memorex. That's not real.
Yeah, it's no longer playoff Jimmy. It's play-in Jimmy.
Yeah, it's play-in Jimmy. Exactly. That's a great line. That's a fantastic line. It is no longer playoff Jimmy. It's playing Jimmy. Again, if he goes all out, he's Humpty Dumpty, dude. This is a pure con job by his part. Look at him. He's barely played a quarter of a season, and he's broken down several times already. You think he could go all out and his body hold up? Too many of you. This is why I ran into this issue. Oh, X had 10 interceptions, and I said, you got to trade him now. And you people lost your minds because you're prisoners of the moment. And, dude, the moment has been gone, but yet you're still stuck in that moment thinking that that's that guy, and he's not even that guy anymore. It's sad. It's really sad. And this happens a lot, that we are willing to part ways and we get too emotionally tied to certain players, and it's not what's good for the franchise. While I'm thankful for the fun run Butler gave my city, we knew the last years of this contract were going to be bad. Bye, Jimmy. Thanks for the memories. And they're already bad. Big O saw Wicked yesterday. You think Wicked will break more numbers than Wizard of Oz? Great storyline that makes the story lots of sense. I have no idea what it's about. It's a musical, so you won't catch me 100 miles from it. So I have no interest in watching it. My wife and daughter loved it, by the way. Okay? And I'm sure it's fantastic, and I'm sure a lot of people, you watched it, you liked it?
It's a musical?
Yeah, it's a musical.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't. I just seen the commercials.
Are you into musicals?
No, not really. I mean, music and me don't.
Yeah, I know. I mean, well, music sometimes.
No, I like music, but not like you guys. Like you're not, No,
not like me. I know that.
Yeah, you could sit there and same with my wife. She sits there all day just
jamming,
and no
jamming. Yeah, I would imagine it's going to be fantastic, and a lot of people are going to like it. A lot of people love the Barbie movie. Never watched it, wasn't interested, don't really care. Not my cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? So what am I going to do? Those are the moments where I say, honey, you guys go. I don't know if you guys have that kind of relationship in your family. Maybe some of you have to get dragged into those movies and those kind of moments all the time. I kind of have an understanding with my wife and my daughter already. They kind of know, no, Dad's not going to want to watch this kind of stuff. Yeah, we're not going to really get a ticket for Dad. Oh, we're going to go see Wicked. We didn't get a ticket for you. Like that's when I'm like, I love you guys. I'll be home. I'll watch a Panthers game, a Heat game, whatever. That's me, dude. Sorry. I'll watch a Canes game, a Dolphins game. I'll watch the Chokers, Inter Miami, lose a big playoff game, whatever. But yeah, thank you for not inviting me to Wicked. I appreciate you for not thinking of me to go to Barbie. It's fantastic. Awesome. So I don't know. If you guys have that kind of relationship, then you win. And if you don't, and you're the one that needs to be dragged to it, well, hey, what can I tell you? Oh, God. Does Butler have like a no trade clause? No, not at all. Jake from Paleta says, what is crypto? Going up eventually, LOL. What is crypto? Yeah, it was at 16. What is it? It was at 26. It was at 46. It's at 99. It's right. It's over 100 again still, right? I think it was working its way to 101 again, actually. I left it like at 101, like 700 or 800 or something like that before I got on the show. Ray says, you called it from the beginning. The last 2 years of that Jimmy contract were going to be a disaster. Yeah, you guys know I didn't want this contract. If it's up to me, he would have been gone and he would have never been on this contract. But, I'm the bad guy. We're 100, 438. Yeah. It's funny how now we're just screwing around with 100,000. You know what I mean? Like, you just think about that. And just over a year ago, we were screwing around with 20,000. It's like, it's stupid to think that 18 months ago, you're like screwing around and trying to break 20,000 and 24,000. And here we are fiddling around 100, which we're going to bust out to 110, 115 soon. Anyway. Big O missed the old setup with the sports memorabilia in the back. What's the new? Oh, no, it's not that. It's just I have the curtain down for the Crypto Bro show, and I haven't felt like putting it up for the sports one. That's all. Just laziness. Just because I don't really give a shit. That's kind of the way it goes. What's it called? Donald Pump. Big O, do you like Jimmy for the Heat? I understand his window in time is closed in Miami, but are you appreciative? Oh, yeah. I love what he did, but business is business. Donald, what's he doing now, dude? What's he do constantly? Business decisions. He goes to a tennis tournament and then doesn't give a shit about playing the next day. He'll be all day out in the sun watching a tennis tournament, and then all of a sudden he's sick and can't go to the game the next day. He's out filming commercials and on a horse or whatever. And, he makes his own decisions, dude. And we do too. This isn't, see, here's where we all got to separate church and state. Okay? This is the moment where you need to compartmentalize. And we have problems with compartmentalizing in life for a lot of things. Whether you're an American and you don't realize that both candidates don't help you out, but somehow or another you're like a fan of these candidates. Like, that's ridiculous. Separate the two. That's not what's best for you, because they're not what's best for you in the end. They're going to both bury your ass. And when you fall in love with players, and then all of a sudden you want to take it to the end with them, but they don't want to take it to the end with you, and they don't want to give you the effort. You're not turning your back on Jimmy Butler. You're doing what's best for the team. I love what X did for the team. But you got to be aware of what's going on. He's got a lot of off-the-field issues. He's got knee issues. He cannot keep up this pace. Hey, we need to move him now before his value dissipates. Dolphins failed. They lost on that. Jimmy Butler was kicking ass. He was on a roll. Problem is, you become prisoner of the moment. You become a fan, and you cannot compartmentalize the moment and say, oh, wait a minute, I got to distance my emotion, my love for this, and say what's best for the team is right now. This is the peak of Jimmy Butler. We need to trade him now so we can bring in a haul, because it's going downhill. The Heat refused to do that. You, sir, Donald Pump, you refuse to, because you're a fan of a candidate, you're a fan of a player, and those people will fail you one way or another, but you're not willing to see it. You're willing to go right down with the Titanic because you allow your emotions to drive you. And that's the problem that we have here in this country and in the world. And you got to separate your emotions from it. And you got to do what's best, in one case for Americans, not for a party. In another case, what's best for your sports team, not what's best for your little heart. Like, oh, I love Butler. Oh, I want him to retire here. Bro, he's broken down and he's not playing for you. He's not even trying the last 2 years. You've been a play-in team. Come on, let's go. And then you don't really see for what it is. The last year when you got to the finals, you got a break with Embiid and Giannis being injured. If they're not injured, you never even get there. If you're not in a bubble that year, you don't get to the finals. And look what happened when you got to the finals. It proved that you weren't there. You didn't belong. It's kind of like the Dolphins getting to the Super Bowl with Marino, and then you run up against the Niners. And then you realize, oh, shit, we don't belong here. We belong nowhere near the Niners. We're not even close. We're a soft-ass, folding, choke-ass team next to the Niners. Oh, but you lit up all the oh, sorry, you were in the wrong era. You know, because those mid-'80s to the mid-'90s, who won, Sean? Mid-'80s to mid-'90s. What conference was dominating? Like all of it, pretty much. Niners, Giants, Redskins. It was all Dallas from mid-'80s to mid-'90s. The AFC was garbage. It's kind of the way it goes. Mid-'90s, the best team, early 90s, best team in the AFC would go get spanked every year in the playoffs, in the Super Bowl. The Buffalo Bills.
The NFC championship used to be better to watch than the Super Bowl.
That was the Super Bowl.
Yeah, basically.
That's right. That's
the
what we
NFC
used.
championship.
Great memory.
Yeah.
Great memory. We used to say that all the time during that era, that was the real Super Bowl, the NFC championship game. I was having that discussion with a guy. I love him, Doc, but he's another one. He's a fan. You know, he thinks the quarterback carries the team, and he hates Tua. He thinks Tua's not the guy. And to me, most of you that think that, you're clueless. You have no idea what you're talking about. Zero clue. Zero clue. The Dolphins for 40 years have been a choking, folding-ass team, but you can't compartmentalize because Doc is too married to Marino, like I am. I love Marino, but you have to realize it's not Marino's fault, but Marino's teams were all chokers. They all got pushed around. Marino's biggest moments, okay, he gets the Super Bowl against the Niners. He realizes they don't belong anywhere near the Niners. In the 90s, by the way, no, in the mid-'80s, when they had a chance to go back to try to beat the Bears, they choke against the Patriots in the AFC Championship game. These are Marino's biggest moments. Then you go against the Bills in the early 90s, and you fold every single time. The Bills are the ones that advance, only to lose. They should have won one of them. Norwide screwed it up. And then with Jimmy, you go with the Jags, the 62-7. You think about Marino's biggest moments in his biggest games, they were all failures. Is it his fault? No, it's just the team has been like that. It's been soft. So you got lucky in the mid-'80s that, you had a soft conference, and for once you got to the Super Bowl, but you didn't belong anywhere near the conference that was on the other side. But, Dolphin fans that are old nowadays and picking on Tua, they have this short-term memory like my boy Doc, right? And there's so many of you that it's sad. You really don't know football. You really don't understand the game. It's a team game. The quarterback doesn't carry you. Quarterback helps you win, of course. But like last year, does Mahomes win if he doesn't have that defense? Not even close. He doesn't even get to the Super Bowl if he doesn't have that defense. He didn't carry the team. That secondary and Chris Jones carried that team. If you really watch football last year, that offense wasn't great. It was the defense that carried. And that happens. That's when you have the great teams because it's great all around. It's great to have Chris Jones on the other side. Miami hasn't had a Chris Jones since Jason Taylor. And even with that, you didn't have everything around him that Chris Jones has had. You know what I'm saying? So we have a problem with compartmentalizing. We have a problem with emotions. And we become fans. And then we get blinded. And we get attached to things that we shouldn't get attached to. And we have to learn that there has to be a moment where the umbilical cord has to be broken. It must be cut. And we have a problem with that over and over and over and over again. And it's the same thing that goes on with Tua now. It's a different kind of umbilical cord. It's the umbilical cord of blame the guy that is your least concern outside of the injury history. And when he wants to play stupid, then that becomes a real problem. But when he chooses to play smart, the injury part is not even in the mix, pretty much. But as a player, he's nowhere near your problem. But yet you want to make that, so many of you want to make it all your problem, which is stupid, which is ignorant. Because if you put Tua with the 70s teams, they win the same titles. No difference. And if you put them with the Marino teams, no difference. They win no titles. No running game, no defense. I mean, you look at C.J. Stroud this year. They figured him out a little bit this year. He's not as good. The running game doesn't dominate nearly as much. So his numbers have gone back a little bit. If you go look at it this week, I was looking at it 15-9. Nothing impressive. And I tried to explain that for a while now. I've been trying to explain how the running game helps all quarterbacks. And if you can't run the ball, you make it so hard on your quarterback. We gotta stop being driven by our emotions on a lot of things in the world, because it misleads us and it takes away from our objectivity at that moment. And so, yes, I appreciate everything Butler did. But just like he's got to make a business decision like he did now, I too will tell you, hey, I think this team, Tyler Hero, that's my latest one. Time for a business decision. You know what the track record is. Do you think the track record's going to change? Really? So if somehow he stays healthy for 2 more months and you're leading up to that trading deadline, it'll be the first time in his career that he can actually do that. You might want to get off that gravy train right now, because if it's sweet and there's trade offers, take them, because if he breaks down again, you tried to move him before and nobody wanted him. It was to the point, right, that they would have to give up the first round pick in order to move him. That's how bad it was for Tyler. They're filming some stuff here, commercials and stuff like that. So that's why I told you the elves. Just saying.
So today, in the 4 Super Bowls, the Bills were outscored 139-73. The Giants was the team they almost beat. They lost 20-19.
Right.
They lost 37-24 to Washington, and they were outscored in the 2 Super Bowls by the Cowboys 82-30.
The problem is that we have too many people that really don't have good memories, and they get all emotional and think, oh, this is new of the Dolphins. They don't win big games. They don't win on the road. They don't go deep in the playoffs. They don't beat great teams. Yeah, no, that's been going on for 40 years, bro. Doesn't matter who, bro. Back end of Shula, Marino, all the way till now. It's been the same thing. Choking in every big moment that they've ever been in. Never really beating great teams. Never really going deep into the playoffs. It's just let's make shit up. They just did a little better under Shula because it's Shula. Compared to the other coaches, it's not even close. So, yeah, you're going to do a little better than Shula, but even with Shula, you weren't winning any big games anymore in the Marino era because you were soft. You didn't run. But, let's act like everything that goes on now just started happening now. Didn't happen with Chad Pennington. Didn't happen with Tannehill. Didn't happen with Ray Lucas. Didn't happen with Fiedler. Didn't happen with Marino. Give me a break, dude. Choking soft-ass team for 40 years. Oh, man. Huh?
It happens with most of the teams, right? Because I look back to, and then again, I didn't grow up in football during this time, so you might be better off. But what popped in my head was the Raiders. When I look back, back in the day, it was all like tough guys.
From
and
the
then
60s,
as Al Davis
70s,
got older
80s,
and everything else, it was
90s,
speed.
And then
they weren't tough anymore.
he was too old. That game passed him by.
Yeah, and then they fell
right
off of
Then
what
they became a joke.
Yeah.
Then they became a joke.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It just seems
he
to
got
happen.
old.
Yeah, it happens.
Tom Landry got old. Yeah. Pat Riley doesn't have his fastball anymore. Dale Talon got old. It happens, dude. It happens. Shit changes. Anyway, Aquavision, Eagles, Bills, Dolphins all sold shares today. Yes, sir. I mean, that league is blowing up. Somehow or another, Stephen Ross knows how to make moves at the top in business. All right, here we go. NorCal says, Big O, I took my wife to see Wicked the musical and was shocked at how good the music was live. It was good, but the last time I saw one, LOL. So even NorCal sat through Wicked. Wow. Oh, the musical. Oh, he went to the real musical. Oh, shit.
I believe so. That's kind of what I'm thinking there. I don't know, because he said it was the last time.
Well, yeah. Wicked the musical. Yes. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh. I went with my wife to Les Mis. This is why we're married for 31 years now. Okay? And been together for 37 years now. It'll be 31, it'll be 37. We're working on it now in this year. We both walked, we both at intermission, the first intermission of Les Mis, we looked at each other and said, this is terrible. We got to get out of here. We left. So there's no, I'm not going to a live musical. No. I actually had pretty good seats. Yeah. And I went to Cats. And I walked out in the first intermission. It was
That's more of an action one though, right?
Yeah,
everybody's running around
and they're running around all over the whole thing, and I'm like, I'm out of here. So yeah, I tried it, but I am not cultured enough, I guess. I guess I'm a Neanderthal in that sense. That's not the culture I want, bro. I'm sorry. Yeah, so I've been to two big. By the way, no, I sat through all of Greece and I had no problem. Don't know why. Can't explain why. I'll watch Grease, and I went to the musical of Grease, but you can never catch me doing another musical or a movie that's like musical-ish, like Grease is. Can't explain it. Can't explain, as the Who would say. Anyway, Scorpions, by the way, did a very good remake of that Who song, as I digress. Let's see. Musicals. They just want to ruin everything. Big O, very nice t-shirt. Perhaps a great July morning would also be an appropriate day to wear it. Okay. All right. IDE, rather watch dog grooming competitions than any music. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. You forgot to say you watch a Marlins game. Well, I haven't watched a Marlins game in a long time. Yeah. True Fin fan is a Bobby girl. I did not know that. He lives in a Barbie world then. Okay. Hawk to a girl going to jail. Oh, for the, the pump and dump. First of all, I got to tell you, I would not put the Hawk to a girl in jail. No. More power to the Hawk to a girl. In fact, what I would do is jail every single idiot that bought that coin. Because we just talked about this. Most people aren't doing their homework. It's a shit coin. There's no utility to it. Like that guy, hey, what's crypto? See what I'm saying? Like, they don't understand. So if they don't get it, then there's no hope. And so if you're buying a Pepe or whatever, and you lose your ass on a meme coin, because that's what the Hawk to a girl coin is, you lose your ass on a meme coin, I personally think you deserve to lose your money. Everybody that lost their money, they deserve to lose their money, and they all deserve to be thrown in jail for a week just for pure stupidity. That's all. Why am I going to jail? Because you're stupid. Because you think you're going to buy the coin and get laid or something? Is it like, what, does she turn you on or something? I don't know. What is it? Do you know anything about this business? Do you know what crypto is? Do you know what the blockchain is? Do you have any idea? DeFi? Can you help me out? You know, anything. Do you know anything about it? So if you don't know anything about, I'm just buying it because it's the Hawk to a girl, well, then you deserve to lose your money. You deserve to lose every single penny, and she deserves to get all that cash. And the sad part is she probably got 25 grand out of that 50 million. Right. The brains behind it are the ones that got all the money, because her dumbass doesn't know anything about it either. She just signed some contract that her agent put together and paid her 50 grand or 25 grand to pump some stupid coin. You know what I mean? God bless her, bro. She's raking it in. Every time I see her, by the way, zero personality. Compared to the soundbite that you thought you were going to get a firecracker that was going to just start firing off all kinds of stuff and all that, the Hawk to a girl is the biggest dud in the world, bro. It's like
liquid courage in her, and then she's okay.
Right, maybe. Basically, it's like watching Kim K in a porn. Boring. Yeah, she's hot, whatever, but if we're going to really judge her by the performance with Ray J, it's a 1 out of 10. Banging that, it's like banging a dead fish. So I'm just saying, she's milking it. God bless her, bro. So her 15 minutes of fame, she got her Andy Warhol moment and has milked it, and good for her, bro. Good for her. She'll set herself up. If she's smart, she never has to work again in her life, and she made a name of herself. I've caught her a couple times. There is zero draw. She has no personality. She has very little spark. There's really nothing that she can do on the fly. She's really not a colorful person on camera at all. She had a colorful moment. She went crazy there. She had a one-liner and all that good stuff. But outside of that, I see no skill, no talent to do media at all. But God bless her. Milk it. Whole bunch of horny dudes out there that never get laid that'll give her $5 just to see her. And so good for her, man. Sell the coin, make the money, sell the commercials, make the appearances, do the podcast, milk it until you can't milk it anymore, and get that bank going. But every one of you that invested in her meme coin, you all should be put in jail for a week, and every one of you deserve to lose your money. every one of you deserve to lose your money. So I have zero sympathy for any of you idiots that put money into meme coins. Zero. Let's see, what else do we have? Big O, you're the best knowledge of sports. Bitcoin, crypto is amazing. Thank you, Mike T. I appreciate you. Oh, I'm thinking of investing in Hotcoin. The name of the front on the front is a hell of a lot more important than the name on the back. That's right. Herb Brooks. That's right. That's what it's all about. The name on the front. I get it, Big O. Just asking if you like him I love him as a Heat player. I love him as long as he's working hard, as long as he's playing like a Heat player. Has he played like a Heat player the last 2 years? No. Since you gave him that contract, it's been a disaster. You shouldn't have given him that contract. You should have traded him, but the Heat does. They just don't take 8 steps back, man, and rebuild. It's a shame. Fandom is mostly built on emotions. Yeah, and the emotions blind you a lot of times. Big O, Bam is the guy that will retire with, and I have, it's funny how I'm the guy that tells you exactly what Bam is, and then I'm the guy that tells you I love him. I don't want him to go anywhere. The problem is some of you have not defined him the right way. And then the other problem is the Heat has failed miserably in getting the 2 stars in front of him. He's supposed to be the third guy. Bam is fantastic, but Bam needs 2 stars in front of him in order for this to work. And that's where the Heat have failed. And that's the sad part. But Bam is perfect as a number 3, dude. Absolutely perfect as a number 3. Let's see. Ronnie Lott, Jerry Rice, 49ers were stacked. John Taylor, Roger. Yeah, exactly. Tua has also been a failure in the biggest moments. It's funny how they're both similar. It's the team thing. Okay, so it's a team thing, right? Like in the freezing game of Kansas City, all right? They lose and Tua loses, right? Okay, so what happened in the first Kansas City game? It was a team loss, right? But was Tua the reason why you really lost that game? Just out of curiosity. Was it Tua that really lost that game? Because I remember a bomb that Tua threw right in Tyreek's hands. Would have been 3 points or maybe leads to 7. That's the difference in the game. And then Tyreek fumbles. A terrible call by the head coach. Stupid screen, but he fumbles and it goes for a touchdown. So who lost the game? But Tua gets blamed because that's a big moment. That's the big team. That's the championship team. And Tua lost to him. But Tua made the plays, by the way. And Tyreek had another drop and a slant. So, but Tua gets blamed for it. So in Buffalo a couple of years ago, on the same red zone drive, Tua hits Tyreek for a touchdown and he drops it. He hits Trent Sherfield for a touchdown and he drops it. In another drive, he throws a perfect bomb where Braylon Sanders stops, and if he keeps running, he runs for a touchdown. In that same game, they're running at 7 yards a carry, and they stop running the ball. So, but it's Tua's fault that they lost that Buffalo game. Yeah, it's all right, dude. It's the same shit. It's all right, man. Whatever, bro. It's Tua's fault. He's the reason why the Dolphins are the Dolphins. Of course. But yeah, it's super convenient, bro. It helps your argument to generalize without the facts. Right? But that's all good, The Green Bay game that he gets concussed, right? They were running 9 yards a carry at one stretch. They stopped running. That's what keeps your quarterback healthy, by the way. So he doesn't have to do stupid shit like he did in that Green Bay game where he held the ball for 5.1 seconds. And it wasn't a brutal tackle. And he got concussed. But that's the stupid part on him for holding it for 5 seconds. But again, if you don't do the right things as a coach, then you put him in a position where his stupid ass starts thinking, I can be Josh Allen and I can be Mr. Savior and I'm going to hold on to the ball like Ben Roethlisberger, or I think I'm going to outrun somebody like Lamar. And that's not who he is. But if you don't run the offense the way it's supposed to, then he starts to think that he's got to do more. But that's all right, bro. It's all good. It's his fault. It's always his fault. You know, that's we always hear the same silly shit. It's always his fault. Anyway. We love talking about Toyota of Hollywood, baby. And right now, whether it's a beautiful RAV4 that we have right in front of us, the development of the RAV4 has been just absolutely awesome, dude. It is such a beautiful SUV. The Camry, got all kinds of Camrys here. Come on out here and check it out. The Corolla, the Cross. I love the Cross. It's really cool. They've got the Crown, terrific looking vehicle. And then the Selection. So if you're looking for a Prius, a Prime, they've got it here for you. You're looking for a Supra, they've got it here. And the Selection is absolutely amazing. This place is ginormous. Got floor after floor after floor after floor stacked with Toyotas. And here's the best part, okay? You get to go drive around or walk around, and you get a large selection of vehicles. So if you're looking like this beautiful RAV4 that's right in front of me, you'll go upstairs, and they'll show you like 50 different RAV4s, 60, 75, 100 sometimes. I don't know. I mean, they've got 2,000 cars in stock. Over 1,200 new cars in stock here. All right, so come on out, 1841 North State Road 7, right here on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. Come on out, Herbie Lopez, all the great people out here at Toyota of Hollywood. Let's see, what else do you got here for me? Let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar and the great Alan Blanco. Custom printing and embroidery, 786-618-1443. Panthers over the Kraken last night in a shootout, 2-1. Barkov, that goal he had on the shootout, that was he is crafty, dude. Bob had 17 saves last night, so that he wasn't peppered in that game. Thursday, they're in Vancouver, 10 o'clock, so we'll be up late again. Damn it, and Friday we're on at 10 a.m. So this one, at least I got into sleep a little bit after the damn Kraken game last night. Watched the end of that game. Thursday night, by the way, the Heat are back in action. They're on the road to take on the Raptors. 7:30 tip. The sorry-ass Marlins, they deal Jake Berger to the Rangers for 3 prospects. And Red Bull Arena has a new sponsor. The Sports Illustrated signs a 13-year deal, and the Yankees signed left-handed pitcher Max Fried to an 8-year, $218 million deal, largest deal ever for a left-handed pitcher. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. If you're looking for custom printing and embroidery, please call my guy, Alan Blanco. He can get it done for your corporation, your company, your school, whatever entity it is, 786-618-1443. So, Red Bull Arena is now Sports Illustrated Arena, SI Arena. Man, they're going to get such objective coverage. Yeah, no, because, a media entity sponsoring a sports entity that they're supposed to cover, of course they're going to be completely objective with anything that might happen on a negative side with the Red Bull. Sports Illustrated will show total objectivity. It is insulting the direction that my business has gone in. And I've been watching it for many years, and I've been fighting it for many years until I didn't have to fight it anymore, baby. And I'm on my own, and I don't have to worry, and I don't have to answer to anybody, and I don't care. But I've watched how pathetic our business has gotten. If a radio station, I mean, just look at QAM as your example. If they have the team on their station, they're not radio tough guys anymore. Now, if somehow the team isn't on the station, oh, well, a lot of the hosts now get to become radio tough guys all of a sudden. You know, you ever notice that? TV's fluff as it gets because they're tied to everything and they, give me a break. So you got Sports Illustrated now sponsoring a team. And I get it. The MLS is not that important right now in the grand scheme of things in America. It's not going to make that much of an impact. So it's not that big of a deal in the general sports sense because soccer still is not big enough here in this country that it takes up a large portion of news. MLS, that is. Okay, so I get it. But it's still, you're selling your soul, dude. I mean, that's not what I'm an old school guy. I've been in the business for a long time. So when I started, it was about being objective. It was about your bosses telling you to be objective. It was about calling it like you see it. It was about, questioning anything and everything that they're doing. And that trickled down from your bosses. And as the years wore on, and as the mesh of money became a tie between the businesses and the sports entities, that's what ended up polluting our business. And then all of a sudden, you couldn't become objective anymore because your radio station, your TV station has the rights to the team. And so now you're afraid of pissing off the team because then the team owner, team general manager, or somebody then calls the owner of the stations or the general manager of the stations and chews them out. And then, of course, we know how, how crap runs, right? Crap runs downhill. But that's I used to work when I started. We used to be owned by Beasley. And before that, it was Sunshine Wireless. I think it was the name of the company. But Greg Reed didn't give a shit. And so when a team had a gripe or something and they came to him, they said, no, they're paid to give their opinions. If they're not making it personal, right? They're not calling out your family members or anything, right? No. Okay. So then we have no problems. That's all Greg ever cared about. If you were doing something stupid, like remember that kid some kid in Boston called out like Brady's kids or something. Remember that? And like stupid stuff like that. Like you're going to call out somebody's wife or husband, something personal, that's not there. There's no place for that. Now, if you want to say the guy's a dumbass coach, that's fine. That's not personal. You're challenging his coaching. His coaching ain't very good. Insults come with it. So be it. Should you be fired? So be it. But that's the problem in our business. It is so polluted now, and it just has so much crap, and that's why people get to. Those of us that are able to get away and survive and live, like Sean and I now, 5 years. We're going to be 5 years in June. It's a blessing. And you see Lebitard now and his monster of a group that he has, and he doesn't have to answer to anybody. It's a beautiful thing when you're able to do that because Lebitard had to deal with it too. He has to deal with the BS corporate crap. And then he can't be himself. You know? So I've been dealing with this for many, many, many years now. And I see it, and to openly watch what's going on in our business, it's sad, dude. Sad that you're going to be the sponsor of a soccer team or any team. That kills every ounce of your objectivity from there on out. Pathetic. By the way, you can make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation, which you know we love our Bitcoin or Ethereum donations. And also you can make a donation on PayPal, by the way, just in case, because I know that some people out of the country can't use Cash App or Venmo. So we gave you the option of PayPal. You can send in your questions, comments there. We appreciate it. Let's see, what else do we have here? You're seeing the wrong musicals, man. Check it out in the Heights and the Hamilton. There are plenty of musicals out there, different types for everybody. Everybody has told me that Hamilton might be one that I'll like because there's intelligence that goes with it. So I haven't watched it, but yeah, Rock of Ages is solid just for the soundtrack. You think the Moss Brothers could afford Soto? The Moss Brothers could do whatever the hell they want to do. Okay? Yeah. We would have a kick-ass baseball team with the Moss Brothers. What the Moss Brothers have to do, or the poor guys, they have to spend another $500 million to help Messi get past the first round of the MLS. I don't know what more the Moss Brothers have to do for Messi. Jesus. Thoughts on Alexander Brothers getting arrested? What's the Alexander Brothers? What am I missing here? I have no idea what you're talking about, Aquavision. I don't know what the hell the Alexander Brothers are. Butler has gotten us to the championship twice in 5 years, which is amazing, but the Heat standard is raising up the Larry O'Brien. How do I feel about Brett Favre, Gastineau? Bro, I saw that story. I wasn't going to talk about it, but Gastineau was a little bitch in those days, and he's a little bitch now. Okay? Why? Because Favre folded when this guy was getting the sack, Strahan. Favre was going nowhere. In fact, now that I think about it, I just thought about this. You know what Favre did? Huh? You know what Favre did on that play? Huh? You know what Favre did on that play? Luckily, these nice folks are right here because I'd be saying a bad word. What I want effing Tua to do on the same play. Get down, cradle down, protect yourself. There's a big mammoth athlete in front of you that is bigger, stronger, and faster than you, and you have no shot at getting away. Brett Favre knew it, and he just took into the fetal position and took it. And guess what? That's what I want. I'd have that video playing on a loop in Tua's locker room just to remind him every day. I'd walk by with an iPad, hey, Tua, with the highlight of Favre just going down. Hey, Tua, educational video for you. I'd start every week's game film. All right, let's start off with this week's game film. And the first highlight is Favre going down in front of Strahan. Tua in the building. Oh, hey. How you doing, Mr. Tungavailoa? Let's continue. That's what I would do. Just to kind of remind Tua, hey, that's exactly what you're. And then Gastineau, oh, it hurt me. Oh, it hurt. Oh, get out of here, you little bitch. You were a whiny little bitch when you were in the NFL. Yeah, you had some talent and you could get after it. But the one that really deserved to be in the Hall of Fame is the guy that just went in. Joe Klecko was the real talent on that team. Joe Klecko was the guy you feared from the Jets, from the sack exchange. Marty Lyons was a good player, and Gastineau, yeah, he could rush the passer. Yes. He got a bunch of sacks. Yes. But at times he reminds me of Hassan Whiteside, the guy that wasn't great against the run, but, he wanted all the highlights for the sacks, blocks, and what was the other thing he would say? Blocks and Whiteside, it was blocks and something else, right? Rebounds, blocks and rebounds. Gastineau, to a certain extent, was very Hassan Whiteside-ish. Okay? And just a guy that was annoying. And when I saw that story and I saw his reaction, I was like, dude, please, you're pathetic. So nothing has changed in the world of Mark Gastineau. He was pathetic then and still pathetic to this day. Brett Favre was going down. The last thing Brett Favre should have done in that moment is try to take on Strahan. The last thing Brett Favre should have done in that moment is go to a Tua Tagovailoa. Let's see. What else do we have? What else? Because it's easier to blame one person when you're arguing with someone than it is to point out the coach and the whole unit as the issues. Yeah, that is very true. Very true. Let's see. What else do we have? Aquavision just threw out real estate guys in Miami. Oh, the real estate? Okay,
yeah,
what is
some
it?
kind of moguls that were.
I have no idea.
Looks like they were arrested for charged with sex trafficking.
Oh,
I don't know anything else. I'm reading the headlines. That's
yeah,
all.
I don't know. If it's true, jail them forever. If it's sex
They're
trafficking,
apparently arrested here in Miami.
I would castrate them before I put them in a cell forever. Anyone that has to do with a sex crime, I'd castrate them. That was my plan when I was in debate in high school. So, because when I was in high school, when I was in 10th grade, I still had some dreams about being a lawyer. Even though I did not have the work ethic on the school side, scholastically, I did not have the work ethic to be a lawyer, but I really enjoyed it. And so I was in debate and all kinds of those kind of classes. And in one of the cases that we debated was castration for rape and for any kind of sexual crime. And to this day, I stand by that. If we can't electrocute them on the site and get rid of them overall, I definitely would castrate them. I would definitely make them eunuchs. That's what I would do. But so I don't know anything about the Alexander brothers or whatever, but if they're guilty of sex trafficking, castration, and then jail for life. That's just kind of how I roll. That's what I would do. But that's just me, Got to admit, for those kind of crimes, it's a good idea. What do you think? Sex crimes, castration? Like, that's the least. That's just a start. That's just a start. Okay? So, I don't know anything about it, but that'll be my 2 cents. Okay? That's all I can tell you. What else do we have? Vrabel linked to the Cowboys. As much as I listen, we all know we kind of get the feeling that there's going to be no changes with the Dolphins in the offseason. Okay. Not that I want on the front office side. I know a lot of you do, and that's fine. We can agree to disagree. That's cool. Obviously, I'm fine with the quarterback. Bunch of you hate the guy. Want him gone. But McDaniel's one that a lot of us could agree on. Most of us. I don't think everybody's on the bandwagon, right? But it just seems like that's not going to change either. And as you all know, I would change in a heartbeat. I'd go to Vrabel. I'm going to go to Darren Rizzi too now. He's on my list now, okay? What the hell? So Vrabel now mentioned with the Cowboys. If I'm Vrabel, do you really want to go to the Cowboys? I don't want to go there. I don't want to work for Jerry.
That just sounds like heads colliding.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not going to really get what you want. You still have to do what they say, and then you got to deal with the old man doing his own press
Jerry's
conference.
guys, and then you have to make them. It's like you said with the chef, but you're not getting the ingredients. You're being told at the last minute, hey, here's what you got.
Here's what
Make
you
it
got.
work.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't want to go there. The Raiders is another place I wouldn't want to go to.
The only good thing about the Cowboys usually is you'll get a good O-line and a good running back.
Yeah, the O-line's not that good anymore.
There's injuries right now.
Zach Martin's already done. They lost their big time left tackle already. They're not the same line they used to be anymore. They're not as dominant or deep as they used to be on the line. So that has kind of taken a couple of steps back. They used to be so nasty on that line. Not like mid-90s nasty, but they were nasty. And now they're not even that. I don't know. If I'm Vrabel, I would try to what are the jobs that are going to be available? Tampa?
Saints are going to be available. Unless Rizzi gets the interim tag taken off.
Right. He's 3-1.
Yeah, no. I'm trying to think right now who's already
Tampa. I
think Tampa's going to be available.
I mean, first of all, for me, that guy's not a head coach.
Bowles.
Todd Bowles is like that guy's stealing money without a gun and a mask. He's a genius, bro. He's a genius because he's a cigar store mannequin. So I'm not a Todd Bowles guy, but if Vrabel, man, you're not going to New York. You're not going to the Jets.
Yeah. What about the Giants with Daboll? You think they stay?
That's interesting. Although they haven't made good moves and they don't have a quarterback either.
Yeah.
See, at least with Baker, you can play with Baker. You can win with Baker. And Tampa's got a decent team. I don't know. I don't know what all the jobs that are going to be available next year. But I know this. If I'm Mike Vrabel, I would not go to the Cowboys. Definitely not. There is no way.
Next year, that's crazy.
What?
They've kind of listed, I guess, the people that would be
hot seat
candidates. No, well, I looked up hot seat, but I clicked on the wrong one, and it actually said candidates. And so Ben Johnson's number 1, the Lions offensive coordinator. Vrabel's number 2.
All right.
Belichick is 3.
No, he's going to UNC.
And then Aaron Glenn, the defensive coordinator for the Lions, is 4th. Flores is 5th. Vance Joseph 6th. Joe Brady 7th. Kellen Moore 8th. Cliff Kingsbury 9. Jesse Minter, who is the Chargers defensive coordinator, is 10.
God, I'm a cynical son of a bitch.
Not
Jesus
one
Christ.
special teams coordinator on there for us, by the way.
No, and when you mention Flo and Vance, all I'm thinking of, those are the Rooney Rule interviews. Like, I don't think any of them are going to get hired. Well, actually, you know what? I could see Vance Joseph getting one more chance. I could see that, actually. Flores is not going to get it. Nobody's giving Flores a head coaching job. But it's just like when you mention the two minorities, I'm like, oh yeah, you got to have the Rooney guys. So everybody's in in what's that called? In line. I hate to be cynical about it, but I'm just going to be honest about it. You know.
What if Man Campbell loses both coordinators?
Well, that's part of being a head coach.
Yeah, I mean, that's
you got to rebuild.
Yeah,
you got to rebuild.
I mean, I've seen teams lose an offensive coordinator,
and by the way,
maybe a defensive coordinator the next year, but to lose both of them in the same season,
and he's going to lose his quarterback. You know what I mean? So, well, no, not him. He's not losing his quarterback. I'm sorry. I'm thinking Minnesota's losing their quarterback. They're the ones that are in transition. They got Goff. That's right. I got Minnesota and Detroit mixed up. So yeah, he'll lose both coordinators. Yeah, that'll be a hell of a challenge for him. Now the question is, does he have somebody being groomed already behind Ben Johnson and then behind Aaron Glenn, right? Aaron Glenn's the defensive coordinator. Yeah, he was a hell of a player, bro. Hell of a player for the Jets. I know he played for the Jets and all that, and it's blasphemous for us to say anything good. Yeah, he's become a good coach. Yeah. Dan Campbell was he was just a role player, and he's become. If
you've seen those highlights, you know Man Campbell, baby. Come on now.
Right. That's it. Blocking tight end. Yeah, he is what you think he is.
He made those catches look pretty difficult.
Yeah.
But also with all the pads and the stuff he had on, I couldn't believe he could lift his arms enough to catch him.
Yeah, just a tough guy, man. Just a tough guy. There's no doubt about that. Let's see. Big O, I was fortunate to have seen Uriah Heep a couple of times in the 70s. Nice job by you. Great music and show. My favorite song by them is, and still is, July Morning off the album Look at Yourself. I got you. Yes. I had Mitch Box on my show, God, like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, or something like that. Yeah. Yep. He was in town, so I had him on the show, and good interview. It was fun to talk to Mitch, or Mick Box. Is it? No, Mick Box is what it is, right? Yeah, Mick Box. Let's see, what else do we have here? What's going on in Bitcoin right now? We're still over 100,707. By the way, I promise I will do a Crypto Bro show. It was so bad yesterday. I just didn't want to get on there to just start telling you what I've always told you. Look, I'll give you an example. Like the XRP dip yesterday. You know how I got in late on XRP, right? It was like at 240 or 50 or something when I bought it. Super expensive. And then it's dipped. Well, I bought it at 207 to lower my overall price, for the hell of it. And so, small bag. It's not like anything, but these are the things that you do. And I told everybody if Bitcoin, when it was dumping to 94 or 95, I said, this is 6%, 4% gift. It at 96, 95, 94. Well, here we are, close to 101. And it's just going to continue. It was at 103.7. It's going to pass that. So for it to go down to that point, that's where you got to take advantage. The volatility is an opportunity. Okay. But I will do a Crypto Bro show today. Just was like, it's one of those where I was taught during the bear market, and it was so bad. I would rarely do shows. I'd rarely, because it's just the same thing. And if I have to tell you that over and over again, then you don't really understand what's going on and what's the gifts that are landing in front of you. So Big O, I was able to get in on XRP when it was at 28 cents. There you go. And all these clowns and not to be crypto is now, tell them the facts, Big O. Yeah, it's just they don't understand what's going on. They think crypto's a game or something, and they don't understand that it's actually the entire financial system of the world is being built right now on the blockchain. And ledgers like XRP and Bitcoin and all that are the future. This is, this is the way we're going to go about, doing our everyday thing in our lives. This is how you're going to be paying bills and banking and traveling and gaming and all kinds of stuff. And it's what people don't understand, that's what's being built. Everything that you're doing on the internet is what's going to be on the blockchain and more, and safer and faster and more efficient and more secure. All these things, but it's just stuff that people don't understand, LB. And because they don't take the time to actually read up on what's really going on. So it's taken people a while. And that's understandable. It's really intimidating. It intimidated the crap out of me for a long, long time. And I was lazy that I didn't really, look into it to understand what was really going on. So, yes, Aquavision, there's only 21 million Bitcoin. Yes, and they've mined about 19.5 around there, 19.6 or 19.4, something like that. There's like 1.4, 1.5, 1.6 million Bitcoin left to be mined. So, yeah, it's not a lot left. And there's not a lot on the exchanges also. We're under 2 million in the exchanges. I think it's somewhere like in the same range, like 1.8 or 1.7 or something like that. The exchanges are all maybe even no. Actually, I think the exchanges are down to like 1.5 actually, with the amount that of Bitcoin that's being bought. So we are about to get to a point. Is what I've told people that the supply shock is getting where we're going to have violent rips up, violent shit that people haven't ever seen, and we're talking about candles that are going to be 10,000 plus a day. It's going to move up in Bitcoin. It's coming. It's going to happen twice. Okay? In the next 8 months, 2 times, at least 2 times, we're going to have violent candles that are going to be to the upward rip, 10K plus. You'll see. Mark my words. Let's see, what else do we have? Big O, if only people learn the basic fundamentals of personal finance, they could make good decisions on their investments. It's not as difficult as most think, but it does take some experience. Yes. And it's a great line that you use, experience, because not only does it take homework, but it also takes experience. Why? Because you're going to fail. And there is no better teacher than failure. Failure puts it all into perspective. Failure makes it reality. And then failure makes it a lesson. And so it becomes a building block in your life. I have a saying in my life that says, success is fed off of failure. I tell people that all the time when they're down or something happened to them or whatever. If you look at it, we all feed off of failure. You're trying to write for the first time. It looks terrible, and then you practice and you get better. You try to swim and you're sinking, and then you learn how to swim. You try to ride a bike and you fall off a bunch of times, and then you start riding the bike, right? You try to ski and you fall a bunch of times until you start skiing. Success is fed off of failure. Michael Jordan fails to make his JV basketball team, then becomes the greatest player in the world. Everyone feeds off of failure. It doesn't matter who you are. So you are 1,000% right, Brett. It's not just experience, but that part of that experience will include failure. And that's what Brett is talking about. There's nothing, you cannot be afraid to succeed if you're not afraid to fail. It's just automatic, dude. One goes with the other. Somehow we tend to tie it as a negativity, but actually it's a lesson that you're learning. So, some of us will learn it. Others will be Jameis Winston. It was too easy. It was like a volley. I had to slam it. What do you want me to do? Let's see. Don't you love these things? They send you like a text out of nowhere. U.S. Post. You have a USPS parcel being cleared. Due to the detection of an invalid zip code address, the parcel cannot be cleared. The parcel is temporarily detained. Please confirm the zip code address information in the link within 24 hours. Am I hitting that link? Right? Report junk, delete, report junk. What? What happened? Josiah? What are you talking about, bro?
The billionaire. He was part of the people that bought in on the Dolphins now. He's also the governor of the Brooklyn Nets.
Joe. Oh, yeah. I remember the name now. Yeah, I remember the Josiah guy. Yes. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see, what else do we have? Let's do a little musica. Let me get into a little music, news, and notes. Let's start off with birthdays for musicians today. What musician is celebrating a birthday on December 12th or 11th? I'm sorry. Avenged Sevenfold, Zach Vengeance, Zachary James Baker, guitarist, songwriter of Avenged Sevenfold, born on this date. In 1981, DJ Yella with NWA, born on this date in 1967. Let's see who else. Curtis Williams, born in 1962 with Kool and the Gang. Let's see. Nikki Sixx, bassist for Motley Crue, born in 1958. Jermaine Jackson with the Jackson 5, born on this date in 1954. Let's see who else. Chester Thompson, drummer and session musician, also performed with Frank Zappa from 73 to 74 and Genesis from 77 to 2007. So happy birthday to Chester Thompson. He was always one of the two drummers that was there with Genesis at times. Let's see what else. Because, Phil has to get off the kit sometimes, and then he continues to jam for you. Bruce Barthol, singer, songwriter, original bass player with the psychedelic rock band Country Joe and the Fish. Born in 1947. We lost him in 2023. Who else is celebrating a birthday today? David Gates, lead singer of Bread, born on this date in 1940. And that is it for musicians born on this date. Let's go with other famous folk celebrating birthdays today on the 11th. Brenda Lee, country singer. She is 80. Oh, I see a wrestler here. Who else? Haley Steinfeld, movie actress. She is 28. Ryder Strong, actor, is 45. Rita Moreno, she is 93. By the way, Rita Moreno told a story the other day I saw on video. She made her husband jealous by going out with Elvis Presley. Like, that's some shit. She didn't just go out with some guy. No. Oh, so you think you're going to cheat on me? Oh. You wait. Hold on a second. I'll be back. She went and got the king. Like, I heard that story from Rita, and I was like, all right.
She let the guy know, I got options.
Yeah, bro. I mean, that's some shit, dude. Okay? Your husband pisses you off, and you answer back by, oh, okay, no. Okay, you two can play that game. Here, let me go out with the most famous person in the world. That is Terry Garr. God, she was a goddess. Born in 1944 in this date. We just lost her in 2024. Obviously, she dealt with the illness. So sad. Courtney Hengeler, the actress, she is 46 years old today. Mos Def was not on that list of musicians. I did not see that. He is 51. I love him in the movie where they're stealing all the gold. Italian Job. I love his character in Italian Job. Ben Shepherd, TV host, is 50 today. Gabriel Basso, TV actor, is 30. And Monique, movie actress, she is 57 years old. Those are the famous folk celebrating birthdays. Sean, do you have any wrestlers?
Yes. Sonny Kiss is 31. James Ellsworth turns 40. And the great luchador, Rey Mysterio Jr., he turns 50 today on December 11th, 2024.
That's the one that was there, Mysterio. All right, we shift our focus to music history. On December 11th in 1972, Genesis made their American live debut with the show at Brandeis University in Massachusetts. In 76, at a Kiss concert in Florida, Ace Frehley accidentally touched a short-circuited light bulb and was electrocuted. An unconscious Frehley was taken off the stage, then wheeled back on 10 minutes later to complete the concert. That's old school, baby. In 88, days after the death of Roy Orbison, Tom Petty, Don Henley, and Graham Nash performed a concert in his honor in L.A. In 2008, Guns N' Roses' long-awaited album Chinese Democracy took a nosedive on the charts in its second week out, dropping from a disappointing debut at number 3 to a dismal number 17. Well, it wasn't that good of an album. In 2010, Stone Sour had the number one song in the country rock charts, number one song on the rock charts for the week with Say You'll Haunt Me on their third album, Audio Secrecy. In 2012, Green Day released Trey, the third and final installment in their Uno Dos Trey trilogy. The title is a nod to drummer Trey Cool, who turned 40 2 days after the album came out. And that, my friends, is what happened today in Musica history. All right. Oh, man. What do we have here? If Michael Jordan quits after not making the team, Nike is not one of the biggest brands in the world. It's interesting. Interesting, the domino effect. You could be right on that. It could have been all British Knights. Yeah. Yeah, British Knights everywhere. No Nike, British Knights. What's another one of those kind of funky companies that came and went? Because British Knights are not around anymore, right? They're gone, I would imagine.
Yeah, not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay. All right.
Trying to think. Come on, chat. Where you at? I did have a question for you about the new lawmaker proposed law.
Oh, God.
A bill, actually.
What? What are we talking about?
An Ohio lawmaker proposes bill to make flag planting in Ohio State Stadium a felony.
No, you're lying. No, that's some Facebook shit, right?
I wish I was.
Serious?
It is on ESPN.
Is this because of the Ohio State thing? Because they
This
can't
is
beat
on
Michigan?
ESPN. Yeah.
What wussies, dude?
Yeah, ESPN.
Our soft ass world, bro. That's a soft ass world, and that's there's a coddled child.
It's called the OHIO Sportsman Act, authored by Williams, comes in response to Michigan's attempt to plant its flag after a November 30th win at Ohio State, which set off a brawl between the teams. Police employed pepper spray. According to Williams' bill, no person shall plant a flagpole with a flag attached to it in the center of football field at Ohio Stadium of the Ohio State University on the day of a college football competition, whether before, during, or after the competition. Whoever violates this section is guilty of a felony of the 5th degree. And then
I think, okay, all right, this is just, I don't know, but what would be apropos is that all of a sudden, is it a senator that's doing this? A proposal?
A representative. So
this representative, I hope there are flags planted in his yard for years to come. That every time he wakes up in the morning, there's a new flag. A porn flag, a whatever flag.
Every flag that you can
Every
buy.
kind of flag that ever has been available. I hope that some bitch sees every kind of flag and people are just coming by and planting flags on his yard constantly. That's what I hope for. What a wussy ass
that
world.
felony.
And I don't want to use the W,
Yeah.
to be quite honest. Okay, I'm just being respectful.
And that felony carries a penalty of 6 to 12 months in prison, up to a $2,500 fine, and 5 years probation. How about you just beat Michigan?
Yeah. Wussies. God. That is so weak. LA Gear.
How about it's only at Ohio State?
Hey, don't mess with Pony, okay? Pony's still around, right? Pony's got to still be around. Pony's got to be around.
What's happened now is shoes.
That was Chocolate Thunder's shoe. Daryl Dawkins wore Ponies.
A lot of the shoes now have become like Asics are best for running or things like that.
Right,
so
yeah. They specialize.
Yeah, they're not it's specialized. That was the word I was trying to find. Not like the Nikes and things.
Yeah. I just put it in there. Oh, dude. Yeah, not only that, dude. Not only that. Look at that pony that Daryl Dawkins had, bro. I want that pony, bro. That's an all-American pony right there. Can you see that? Is that, yeah, you can, right? That's an all-American pony there, baby. See? Daryl Dawkins with ponies. Huh? Don't mess with me, bitch. Don't mess. I have so much useless information in my head. You can get ponies? You know what? I'm going to buy a pair of ponies. I'm going to buy a pair of ponies now, just for the hell of it. Do they have these ponies? Huh? They have these ponies? 'Cause I'm ponying up. I'm ponying up. Patrick Ewing was a pony guy? No, he was Converse. No, but it's got to be. I think he's Converse. If I remember correctly, Ewing was Converse. Look at that shit. It's signed Chocolate Thunder. Huh? Huh? What? What? Oh, I got to have these pony shoes. Oh, look at those BKs. I love these ponies, bro. I love these ponies. Oh, you turned me on here. That's it. These are the ponies I used to own. See, now they have the old raggedy ponies of mine. Yeah. You know, when I used to go to Philadelphia a lot with my dad, we would go to buy trucks and then we drive them down. And so in Philadelphia, there's a street called Market Street. I still remember it. And I haven't been to Market Street in forever. Anybody that lives in Philadelphia knows the area. You know what I'm talking about. And so I used to go to Market Street all the time because there were always all kinds of like stores and shoe stores. And I always used to get ponies at a discount price there. And why? Because Daryl Dawkins was a Sixer. And so ponies was like, back in the day, ponies was a bigger shoe in those days. And I remember when I would go to Philadelphia at times, I would come back with a pair of ponies because I would go on Market Street and go find a pair and go buy. And ponies were one of the pairs of shoes that I remember back in the day. Get some high top ponies for some basketball. At least were very comfortable shoes. I remember that. Avia, I remember. I remember Diadora. They're still around. Diadora is still around, I'm sure. They're like running shoes. Asahi, right? I think they were called Asahis, that they had like a yellow and orange logo, like a blue, yellow, orange logo, like a circle inside a circle inside a circle or something like that. I think it were called like that, Asahi shoes or something. Yeah, I remember those Pro Keds. There you go. That is classic, bro. Absolutely classic. Good shit. But if I can get those ponies, man, I would be styling with those ponies, with those red, white, and blue ponies. That's what I would be doing. What else do we have going on in the world of sports? Do you know that 18.7 million people watch the Cowboys and the Bengals? That's sad. I know it's two mediocre teams. They played an interesting game, there's no doubt, but it's two mediocre teams. That's why they played an interesting game, because they're two mediocre teams. That's how much this sport has got us. That 18.7 million watch Cowboys, Bengals, and Lions, Packers was 18.4. The real game with two legit teams, and Cowboys, Bengals are not legit teams, and it shows you that no matter how much the Cowboys are a fraud, and they're a fraud, their fan base is incredibly strong, dude.
No, it is, but also the Thursday game was on Prime, right? So how do they do
they got the ratings from everything.
Okay.
So remember, locally they also have they show it locally.
Oh, yeah, locally. But
so they added everything, streaming, local, all of it. They put it all together, and it at 18.48 for Lions, Packers, and then Cowboys, Bengals. Yeah, but if I remember correctly, that Lions, Packers was also on national television. I think it was. I think it was also being televised on CBS on purpose on Thursday on that. Yes, I think because of the whole Thanksgiving thing, they still aired all the games on regular television, not just streaming. I think that's how it went for that game. But either way, it was 18.48 million people that watched it. So more people watch Cowboys, Bengals. It shows you the power of the NFL and that we love the sport so much that we will watch crappy and basically shitty teams. It's nuts. But that's how addicted we are to that sport. It's crazy. It was just on Prime?
That was the Thursday game this week.
Oh, that's right. It wasn't
not
last
the Thanksgiving
No,
one. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. My bad.
Yeah, remember we had the Thanksgiving Day game.
That's right.
Night game.
We were the third one.
Yeah, the
that's
Dolphins
right.
one.
Right. And but it wasn't it was also on Prime too. Was it also on Prime?
No, they didn't do a Prime game
No, so they
that
didn't
week
do that
because that
Oh
was
no, they got the
NBC
Friday
Sunday Night Football.
They got Friday,
They
Black
got
Friday.
Black Friday because Sunday
That's
Night
what
Football
it
ended
is.
up being Thursday.
They don't get the Thursday because they get Black
Black
Friday
Friday,
to make
yes.
up for that
Yes,
Thursday.
yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, because
now,
NBC
now I got
gets
it.
the Thursday night game, which
My
have
bad.
already they had before.
My bad. My bad. I got it mixed up. Footjoy. There you go. Damn. My obscure b-ball shoe in the 80s. Footjoy. I guess obscure would have to be Pony for me. Well, it wasn't obscure in those days. Obscure would be more like Diodora. That wasn't like something that was used. Or Asahi wasn't one that was used much. Let's see. Let me pull it up here. Asahi shoe. Is that how it's pronounced? Yeah, this is it right here. See? What did I tell you the logo was? These are the Asahis. Yeah, it's just like it's a weird shoe, dude. It was an odd shoe. There it is. See? Look at the box. Asahi. K-Swiss is still popular. Yeah, K-Swiss shoes are super comfortable, by the way. Okay? K-Swiss are comfortable. So, Lotto sneakers. Wow, there you go. They're still around, I think. So that one's still around. I don't know if Asahis are still around. That I have no idea if they're still around. But yeah, some of these companies, like British Knight, I'm sure are gone, right? You still can get British Knights, are they? Oh, they were on Amazon? Yeah. Oh, okay. So it wasn't just some radical picture. Wow. Really? Do they have? So tell me if they have Pony on Amazon, and do they have that red, white, and blue one? Because I'm telling you, I might buy that high top right there. That thing is fresh, bro. Just to have like a throwback shoe. Pony. Daryl Dawkins. Doubt though, but just put Pony high tops, red, white, blue, or something. If they have that, that's it. I'm on. Big O, you're right on target as far as sneaker issues. That's it. That's my wheelhouse, bro. Sneaker issues. Jellies worn in the Big Lebowski. Jack says K-Swiss run wider, and that's why for us wide foot people like me, yeah, and they're comfortable, dude. I like K-Swiss. K-Swiss has always been a really good shoe. I've always had good experiences overall with K-Swiss, I have to say. In my years of buying the K-Swiss, I like the K-Swiss, man. Jess. Let's go pony up. Kangaroos, yeah, they used to be popular. The kangaroo, didn't they have like the little Velcro pocket and everything, right? Didn't the kangaroo do that because they were running shoes? So you couldn't carry it on your person. So you'd have like a little pocket in your kangaroo because kangaroos, get it? Pocket. Duh. No, huh? Because I just got a picture from Google. So there's no way that pony, yeah, that pony shoe would exist. I'd lose my mind. That'd be pretty cool. They have pony shoes at Macy's and Walmart. Get the hell out of here. Really? That'd be funny if they still have Daryl Dawkins shoes and they sell them at Walmart. Wow. That is throwback right there, dude. That is throwback. Okay. That's on the website, obviously. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Okay. If they have that red, white, and blue one, I'm on my way to Walmart right now. Okay. I can tell you that. Rockport is comfort. You are correct about that, Aquavision. I would agree with that. We got anything else going on in the world of sports? By the way, we are here at Toyota of Hollywood, and we appreciate it. Tomorrow, we're going to be at Hialeah Park. We'll be live at 3 o'clock, so on a little later in the afternoon. Friday, we're back on at 10 a.m., and we're at Acura of Pembroke Pines, another fine dealership from Mr. Craig Zinn, who has several dealerships. This is one. And here at Toyota of Hollywood, this thing is a supersized headquarters. I'm telling you, dude. It's crazy. Anyway, so we'll be over at Acura Pembroke Pines on Friday. So come on out and join us. I don't see any big news. Ex-NBAer Vince Carter and McGrady joining Bills ownership. Okay. Toronto guys, Buffalo, that kind of stuff. There you go. Okay. I got it. Any chance for a steel-toed running shoe? God, that's not good for flexibility for that running. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I don't know about that one, man. That's a little wacky there. A little wacky there. All right, folks, we are out of here. We appreciate all of you. As always, thank you. If you made a donation, if you sent in a super chat, if you visit our amazing sponsors, thank you. Visit our amazing sponsors like Toyota of Hollywood, like Welt and Rayom, like Caneswear, man. Great sponsors, BigCheeseMiami.com. We have so many great sponsors. Please support our great sponsors and tell them about us when you go to the Big Cheese, or you go to Acura Pembroke Pines, or any of our sponsors. Please tell them about us. EJD Construction, R&M Contractors, Caneswear, Sloman's Home Shield, 1-800-ALARM-ME. Any of our great sponsors, please tell them that we told you about it. And, of course, they'll take care of you. We will see you tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock at Hialeah Park.